so I figured I'll just go live. And my hubby decided to do something right here. I'm not sure if he's done with it, what he's doing, but Shock is just done look at it right now. I don't know what he's doing. He didn't finish it yet, so just ignore that part of it. But let's go over some of these questions that I'm getting. I just figured let me go live and answer some of these questions too, because I figure if they're asking these questions here, I'm pretty sure everybody else had that too. Hey Chris, thank you so much for joining. But if they ask them here, I figured everybody else is asking questions. So let's see. So the main thing that a lot of these are clients that don't have any credit cards right now. They may have to get them a secure credit card right now. So I was like, okay, let's look, see what questions they have. Now, if they have to get secure credit cards, I mean, their credit is bad. So, I mean, we have to get the negative accounts deleted, but they're asking, hey, about like the Capital One Secure, the Discover Secure credit card. They don't say anything about the credit builder card, which I really suggest the credit builder card because they're going to report before you even get the credit card, which is amazing. A lot of them don't even report. So this one asks too. So with Capital One, if you get the secure Capital One credit card, what they're going to do is you got to put I can't say you got to put $200 down. So they're going to say, hey, put $49 down, put $99 down, or they're going to say, go ahead and put the whole $200 down. But the thing is, if you go ahead and put that money down, if you pay on that account for 5 months, they're going to graduate you into a regular account and they're going to send you back your money back. Send your money back, depending on what you get too. Like I said, it's $49.99, or they could tell you to send the whole $200. Hey, Robert, thank you so much for joining. So the thing is, after they graduate you to that regular account, he said, what are they going to do? They increase his limit by $300. Is that still going to be a secure credit card, or would that be a regular credit card? So they're going to graduate you into a regular account. So yeah, you start off with the $49, or you pay $99, or you pay $200. But after you have it for 5 months, they're going to graduate you to a regular account. Hey Nicole, just make sure you keep the balance low and make sure that you keep paying on time. That's the key thing. Oh, thank you. So let's see. I have a secure credit card, paid about a few weeks early, then my bill in the process, pretty much great. So remember too, even though these are secure credit cards, as soon as you get the secure credit card, you pop them on your credit reports. A lot of times too, like the credit builder card, I always tell clients about, let me know if you need the links to these different credit cards too. But the credit builder card, I always tell clients about, they're going to pop up on your credit reports in like 2 weeks. Now, regular credit cards, they're going to wait until after you get your first bill. So and that's usually like a month. So you can get your first bill after a month. So make a purchase, and then usually 25 days after that, they're going to send you a bill. Hey, Juanita. Hey, everybody. I didn't know everybody would be on here right now. But this is actual live video. Y'all know I run all my old videos I record, but this is an actual live video. But they're going to go ahead and report that account. Like I said, credit builder card is going to be about the 2-week mark before you can get the credit card, which is good. And with the Capital One or like the Discover, they're gonna wait till after you get the bill. So make sure you guys keep the balance low, because if you don't keep the balance on a credit card, it's gonna really mess up your credit score. It's gonna really drop your credit score. And if your credit score drop, like if you're not paying, if you spend too much on your credit card, and say if you have like a $300 credit card, let's talk like that. If you have a $300 credit card and you're spending more than the 5%, I always tell everybody spend, and say if you spend the $15, it's going to really drop your credit score. Now, the only reason why I say it's going to drop your credit score is because if you look on Credit Karma, they're going to say, oh no, you can spend 30%. That's like a lie if you ask me, because that it's a such thing as being average and being like phenomenal. So you can have that 30%. It won't help you and it won't hurt you. You're trying to build your credit. You're trying to make sure that you're at the 750 or higher. So to make sure that you can get there and to stay there, you want to make sure you don't spend more than 5%. That 30% is going to keep you where you're at. It's not going to bring you up and it's not going to bring you down. I want you to always go up. That's why I say 5%. Now, if you ever max out a credit card, all you have to do is just make sure that you pay it back. That's all you have to do. And as soon as you pay it back, your credit score is going to go up. You guys always hear me talk about how I use the money on my credit card. That's why I always stress it to you guys. I use the money on my credit card. My credit score dropped, and I was so disappointed. But then I know just pay your bill back, and like I'll be fine. After I pay my bill back, I'm usually fine. So another client asked if they get 2 secure credit cards. Now, I suggest that people I don't know how to explain this. Now, if you have messed up credit, I mean messed up, we're talking 400s or 500s, right? If your credit is messed up, then I suggest by any means necessary, you have to have 4 credit cards. So if that means you got to get two secure credit cards, then that's just what you have to do. Now, remember, I told you guys recently about the kickoff account. So go ahead and sign. I'm gonna read it in a second. I'm like Dory, you guys. That's why I got this right here. Just keep swimming. As soon as I see a comment, I'm like, what? But make sure you guys keep this in mind when you get any type of credit cards and get any type of accounts. You need to make sure that you have 4 of them on your credit reports. That's it. That's all. So if you have to get secure credit cards to start off, then that's just what you have to do. You have to just get those secure credit cards. Now, don't forget too, on my master credit card list, I have 2 $5,000 credit cards. They're not secured accounts. Anybody can get approved for those accounts. Those count as accounts. So you can get those accounts. You don't necessarily have to get 2 secured accounts, but if you decide you want to get 2 secured credit card accounts, then you can. And don't forget to the easy ones are like Capital One. They got the Capital One secured. Then you can also get the credit builder card. You can get 2 of those. Capital One will only allow you to get 1 secure credit card. The credit builder card will allow you to have 2. And then 2, you can also get Open Sky if you're in Wisconsin. Okay, this is my uncle. I'll have to call him back. But the credit builder card has 2. Capital One lets you have 1, and then Open Sky. If you're in Wisconsin, you can't get the credit builder card, so just get the Open Sky. That's how with the kickoff recently. See, I don't know. I know they're gonna actually email you as a reminder, like, hey, you could pay your bill, and then too, on top of that, they're gonna tell you early, like beforehand too, like, hey, you can pay your bill ahead of time. So they're gonna let you know ahead of time. And I think that's through your email. I think they emailed me for me to pay my bill. But then I already set a reminder on my phone. Now listen, when I told you guys to get the kickoff, if you do not pay that bill on time, so if you're late on it, the 30 days, don't forget, they only can mark you late if you're 30 days late on any account. You have to be more than 30 days late. That if you're more than 30 days late on that account, it's going to mark you late. It has to mark you late. And that account now has to get deleted from your credit report. So make sure you set a reminder on your phone like me. Like set a reminder and you make sure that you pay that right away. Can y'all see my plate? I had like a vegan cinnamon roll. My fat butt was eating, y'all. Don't look at that. I'm like, what is that in the camera? Don't look at that, you guys. But yeah, they should send you an email. They should definitely send you an email and let you know. Now, somebody asking, okay, you putting that $200 down on a secured account, on a secure credit card, what's going to happen with that? So they're going to refund you that money when you close the account. But remember, closing any credit card account is going to drop your credit score. Even paying off say if you pay off your car, pay off your mortgage, is going to temporarily drop your credit score. So keep that in mind too. I want you to make sure that you make the decision that you're going to keep the account open until, you can stand on your own. When I say stand on your own, you got $5,000, $10,000 credit cards. So they're asking, okay, with the $200, what's going to happen with that money? They're going to give it back to you when you close that account. But don't just think, okay, I'm taking my $200 back. Let me close that account, because it is going to drop your credit score. Like, really keep that in mind. It's going to drop your credit score. Yeah, somebody asked, do I need to close the account to get the money back? Yeah, you have to close it to get the money back. So make sure you don't put up any money that you like really desperately need right now, because if you need that money right now and you close that account, it's going to really hurt your credit score. Like, seriously, people don't understand that. Like, if you need the money that you say, if you're like in a financial situation, really do not try to put that money up in that secure credit card, because I really don't want you to spend it. Forget, if you put that $200 up, I don't want you to spend more than $10. So if you're having problems financially, $10 is not going to cut it. And then on top of that, I don't want you to close the account for over 2 years. So just think that money's kind of gone at this point. It's not gone, but it's kind of gone. So don't try to close the account right away. A lot of people try to close the account right away. Wait the 2 years, build your credit up where it needs to be, get your accounts removed, get your regular credit cards, do the latter thing I always say you guys about, the steps. You start with the small ones, then you get the bigger ones, you go up and up and up, and now you got the big high limit credit cards. And then when you you got 6 or 7 credit cards, and then your limits are like $5,000 to $10,000, then you can think about closing it. But remember, it's going to drop your credit score. But when you have $5,000, $10,000 credit cards, it's not going to drop your credit score as much. Keep that in mind too. It's not going to drop it as much. But no, it will drop your credit score, especially too. Some clients, when you guys When y'all have student loans, people want to automatically get their student loans deleted. Only time I think that people should get their student loans deleted is if they have like a lot of late payments on it. If you have a lot of late payments on your student loans, then you should get it deleted. Those student loans are helping you because they're old. You want to have age to your account. When somebody look at your credit report and they see that you had a credit card for 10 years, like they want to give you money. They're like, wow, you've been managing all this money for 10 years. You didn't max it out. You didn't mess it up. You still have the account. That's why they want to give those people the 800 credit scores, and they want to make sure that they give them higher limits. But they see you come through the door, you only had a credit card for 3 months, and it's a secure credit card. They're not going to try to give you those higher limits. They're not going to give you the better terms. You're not going to get the rewards credit cards. And I haven't been talking much about rewards credit cards or any of that because I realize there's a lot of people that's just at the bottom. Like, I have never had a credit card. I haven't even thought about having a credit card. My mom told me not to get it. I kind of focus on those people where their credit score is like the 400, 500, 600s to get them to the 700s. That's like my main focus. But I do want to start making a few videos, so make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, talking about rewards, like especially like miles, especially if you like to fly like me. Even though I be extra scared in there. I'm extra scared when I fly, but I still love to fly. I want to teach you guys about like the different reward credit cards and how you want to apply for certain credit cards just for rewards. So I do want to get into that. But let me know if you guys have questions about that, because I can always get into that and make a special video just for you. Like I said, too, these are questions that people are asking now that I'm just answering for you guys. It's just a video that I'm doing now, so I can do the same thing in regards to what you want to learn. So let me see you guys. Hold on 1 second. And if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and drop them below. I'm going to be in here until 5 o'clock, and then I'm going to go home to go my little ones. And then go ahead and call us or text us. My assistants will be in until 5 o'clock too. So go ahead and call us or text us when we get back with you. So let's see. Now I have a video coming out about Capital One. I like Capital One. A lot of people are sleeping on Capital One. Capital One allows you to have 4 credit cards. You can have 2 business and you can have 2 personal. So make sure you keep that in mind when you go to the Capital One website and you think about getting the credit cards. You can have 2 personal and 2 business, and it's so easy to get business credit card with them, especially if your credit can vouch for it. Now, the only reason why I don't tell people about the two business ones, 2 business accounts, a lot of people don't want to build business credit, they want to get the credit cards. And the reason why I don't tell you guys about that is because if you get those credit cards, whatever you do on those credit cards are going to report to your personal credit, and I do not want them to report to your personal credit because it's going to mess up your utilization. So the 2 $5,000 credit cards, they approve anyone. So like I have clients with a 400 credit score that get approved for those. And when I get done, I'll make sure I drop the link so you can go ahead and get my master credit card list, because all of those credit cards are actually on my master credit card list. So like I said, they approve anybody for those 2 credit cards. You don't have to have like a special credit score for those. They like approve anybody for those credit cards. Oh, listen to this, y'all. Listen. I don't mean to laugh. But it's a secure credit card, right? I know everybody got to start somewhere. It's a secure credit card. Because I was like, this got to be a lie. Like somebody pulling my leg, seriously. So this person said that I deposited $3,000 and I got a $1,000 secure credit card. Anything that you deposit onto your credit card should be your credit limit. So I don't care what it is. If you go to Open Sky, if you deposit $3,000, the $3,000 is going to be your limit. You should not deposit $3,000 and get a $1,000 limit. Whatever you deposit should actually be your limit. So keep that in mind. Now, the only thing that's different when I say whatever you deposit should be your limit is for Capital One. Now, Capital One, they only have a $200 secure credit card. And I'm going to tie this into another question that I got too. So they only got a $200 credit card. So if you put $49 down, because Capital One say, hey, you don't have to put the full $200 down. You can put a lesser amount down. So they'll say, hey, you can put $49 down, $99, or they may tell you to put the whole $200 down. But if you put $49 or $99 down, they still want to see your $200 credit card. So they just basically saying, hey, I'll mess with you a little bit, but put $49 down because I don't trust you like that. Or put $99 down, I don't trust you like that. But I'll still send you a $200 credit card. But remember, with these secure credit cards, you can put down as much as you want too. A lot of times the limit goes to like $3,000, like $5,000 sometimes too. So if you put $3,000 down, you should get a $3,000 limit. If you put $1,000, you should get a $1,000 limit. But keep this in mind too. It doesn't really necessarily matter when it comes to secured credit cards. Just put the $200 down, you'll be fine. I always tell my clients, get the two $5,000 credit cards because it's less than if you were to actually get a secured credit card. You're gonna put way less than the $200 down that you will have to do if you do a secured credit card. So I always tell my clients, get the two $5,000 credit card and then think about what secured accounts you should get. And remember to get the kickoff account, everybody. Like seriously, get the kickoff. My credit score went up 36 points by doing it. And Nicole is the one that told me about it. I was like, let me test it first. I got to test it first to see. But granted, let me say this too. Like I have to pay my utilization. I have to pay down my credit card. So when I finally did pay down my credit cards too, it didn't jump up as much as I wanted it to. But I guess it's because I got that account. But that means that you could technically have an account. Your credit cards can be, you can use a nice amount of your credit cards, get that kickoff account, and your credit score can go back up. Think of it that way too. But I don't want y'all to do like that, like I did too. Don't use too much of your credit cards. Or if you use too much of it, it's going to really hurt you. So some people ask too, if they have a credit card, and so if you have a credit card and you don't use it, it's still going to raise your credit score. It is still going to raise your credit score because every month they're going to basically report that you're on time and that you're not late. The only thing is that if you use your credit card and you max it out, or if you spend too much, it's going to drop it. But just letting it sit there, you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it. Your credit score should be fine. Let me get my charger, you guys. My phone is going to die. I've been browsing the finance for a while. So somebody says, who they're a college student, do they have any student cards? So Discover actually has credit cards for college students, and then too, Capital One has one too. It's very easy to get into. It's kind of like the basic starter credit card. And don't forget to, when I was 17, I started working at Bank Mutual. So when I started working at Bank Mutual, I was like, I didn't really know about credit. And a lot of people there, honestly, at the bank don't know about it. They don't know about anything. They're just order takers in terms of, okay, you want to open an account, we're going to open an account with you. When you get to like the management, or if you get, well, I can't even say management, because now as much as I know now and talking to people at the bank, the managers don't really know much, honestly. But I got my credit card with a credit union. That was my first credit card. And I spent it on bingo, y'all. I didn't know anything. I spent my credit card, my first credit card. I went to bingo because my mom and dad used to love going to Potawatomi, but I spent that credit card in bingo. So you can definitely go to a credit union too. So like I said, the Capital One, Discover got the student cards, and then too, I went to a credit union. So that's how I got my first credit card when I was 18. Oh, that's the same question. I'm just looking like, I need to give me some glasses to you guys. Somebody said that I'm 23 years old and I have I'm about $1,400 in debt, and my credit score is pretty crappy. It's about 620. I've never had a credit card. I tried applying, but I got denied. They desperately want to be around the 740 or higher till they can refinance their car. Their interest rate is at 16%. How long do you think it would take for their credit to go up to the 700s? So let me tell you the tricks. Like I have my 750 checklist. If you guys don't have it, I have my 750 credit score checklist. It's really for like a lot of my home buying clients, the clients that want to buy a house. But let me tell you what the checklist is. It's so simple. Get 4 credit cards, get 2 installment accounts, and get everything that's negative deleted. That's simple. So when I say 4 credit cards, the easy credit cards is Capital One, Quicksilver, and Platinum. You got the Credit One Bank, and you have Victoria's Secret. Those are 4 easy credit cards you can get. And don't forget to, the Victoria's Secret is on a shopping cart trick. So you guys, if you guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I have the shopping cart trick there. The shopping cart trick is where they approve you for credit cards without running your credit. So if you have a 300 or 400 credit score, even 500, they're going to most likely approve you for it, because they're not going to run your credit. But it's only stored credit cards. Still keep that in mind. It's not hard getting. Wait, I'm going to go into your question. So I got like YouTube over here, you guys, and I just got a question on YouTube. I want to get to your question in a second. But yeah, get the 4 credit cards and get the 2 installment accounts down. The 2 installment accounts can be the kickoff account and self-lender. So if you need the links to any of these accounts, let me know. I can go ahead and send them to you guys. And just message me. I can send you a direct link. So get everything negative deleted. So somebody asks, is it hard to get late payments deleted? It just depends. Now, sometimes when I go ahead and try to get the late payments deleted, well, get late payments off of your credit reports. Let's not say deleted. When I go ahead and try to get the late payments off of your credit reports, it depends on how many late payments you have. So if it's an account where you have more than 4 late payments, I automatically just try to delete the whole account. Like, I don't even want the account there at all. But if you only have like 4 late payments, especially if they're scattered, I'll just go ahead and just try to get those removed. Now, it's different for each person too. I can't guarantee anything because it's the credit bureaus. And then with the corona going around right now, everything is really like different in terms of how long it's going to take for them to respond, if they're going to even respond at all. So these are different things that you got to factor in. But a lot of times too, it could take like 1 to 3 months to try to get that removed. Sometimes it could take longer depending on the situation and the account. But yeah, that's about the amount of time it's going to take to get it removed. But yeah, follow those, get everything deleted, get your 4 credit cards, anything that's, don't forget anything that's negative, late payments, bankruptcy, all that is the accounts that say you got to get removed, and get you a kickoff or a self-lender account. Those can be your installment accounts. But if you already have like a car loan and you're paying on time, that's an installment account. You don't have to worry about getting another. You don't have to worry about getting like another installment account. And then 2, if you got like student loans, like your student loans can be your best friends, especially if you don't have late payments. And I know like October 1st is when they're going to start charging everybody again for the student loans. So if you have student loans in your credit reports, a lot of people want to get them deleted. But if you have student loans on your credit report and they're positive, make sure that they stay that way. Like, make sure that you get on some type of deferment. Don't forget they got the income-driven repayment plan. So if you get any type of government assistance, or if you don't make a certain amount of money, your income is at a certain level, that you can be at a $0 a month payment plan. I see a lot of people don't even know that. Like, if you get any type of government assistance or your income is at a certain level, you can be at $0 a month. So make sure you just call them and get on that payment plan and send them whatever that you have to send them. And if you pay your student loans for 10 months on time, not 10 months, I wish. If you pay your student loans for 10 years on time, they're going to go ahead and wipe it out. And even if it's $0, just make sure you stay on your your income-driven repayment plan for that 10 years, and you'll be fine. They'll go ahead and wipe that out. But keep this in mind too. They have a $5 plan too. If you know, like, well, listen, I don't got that much money right now. I'm going through something personally, but I know my income is higher than it needs to be. They have a $5 plan too, where they'll let you be on there for a year. You can pay the $5 for a year. So ask them about that too, but just call them and see what they can do. Remember, a lot of times they want to work with you, but if you get to the point where they're in default or they're messed up totally, that's when it's going to be to the point where we got to get that removed from your credit report, and you're going to have to do like the rehabilitation. And I'm going to make a video on that too, but I'm going to make sure I call the company, get all the information correct, because I never have to personally do it, but I know all you have to do is call a company, and then you have to make a certain amount. You have to make payments for 9 months at a certain amount too. I don't know if you're able to pick it. I know that you can say I got certain things I take care of and the payment can be lower, but I want to make sure I get the right information. But if that student loan is in default and it's like, and it's a collection stage, you may have to do the rehabilitation, or they're going to start garnishing your taxes, and then they're going to start garnishing your wages. And I was just talking to a client recently too. They're garnishing her wages, but she didn't say she almost done paying them now. They've been garnishing her for like 3 years, almost 2 or 3 years. So if you don't want to get garnished, you want to make sure you call them right away and set up some type of payment arrangement or some type of pay agreement with them. So let's see what else. So if you don't have, some people too, they're starters. Don't forget, they don't teach this in school, which they should teach it in school. If you never had a credit card, you got like a 0 credit score. A lot of people have a 0 credit score too. If you never had a credit card, then I go in and delete everything. You may have had a negative credit score. Well, I don't say negative, but it's like you may have had like a 300 or 400 credit score, sometimes 500. But if I go in and delete everything and you don't have any positive accounts, you're now at 0. Or you may see that they say no data. Like if you look on Identity IQ, they're going to say no data for you. What I need you to do is I just need you to get credit cards at this point. And like I said, start off with the easy, secure ones. They got the credit builder card. You can get 2 of those. That's if you're not in Wisconsin. If you're in Wisconsin, get the Open Sky. They got the Green Dot Platinum. And don't forget, too, Green Dot got regular prepaid debit card. So make sure it's not that card. But you can get the Capital One Secure too. You can just try these different accounts. and get those accounts, get the kickoff account, get the self-lender account, let those start reporting. It's going to build your credit score up to the point where you can get regular credit cards. But it's to the point where when you mess up your credit, it's like nobody want to mess with you, nobody want to deal with you, nobody want to give you a credit card. So you got to start off with other companies and show and prove like, hey, listen, I can manage this, I can do this. And when you start managing those different accounts, they're going to report to the credit bureau that you're doing good. And now the other accounts want to start giving you credit. But remember, the key is getting the negative accounts removed. That's like, I always say this. I know. I've been saying it for years. If you cheat on your girlfriend, if you cheat on your boyfriend, you was better off hiding them. Hiding them means deleting the accounts from your credit report. If the credit bureaus would just take them accounts off and not tell the other companies about it, you would have been good. But now they're telling everybody you're not so good anymore. If your girlfriend or boyfriend didn't know that you cheated on them, they would have been better off. But now they know it's over with. They don't want to deal with you. They like got you on the tightrope. They don't want to message you anymore. It's the same thing like with the credit bureaus. When these companies want to give you credit and they go and see that you owe somebody else $5,000, they don't want to give you a credit card because they think that you're going to owe them too. If they see that you was a cheater in the past, they don't want to deal with you like that. They like, you can probably cheat on me too. It's the same exact thing with the credit card. So we want to get those accounts removed. And going forward, you want to make sure that you get a good track record. You want to make sure you pay on time, and you want to make sure you keep the balance really, really low. Because don't forget, maxing out your credit cards can really hurt your credit score. Make sure you don't spend more than that 5%. So let me see after I get a bad example, you guys. Maybe it's a good example. Let me know if I should stop using that boyfriend, girlfriend. Give me another example I can use. Discover. Oh yeah, you guys. So Indigo, I never really talk about Indigo. I don't like the fees that some of these accounts have. So Indigo and Credit One Bank, they're easy credit cards you guys can get, but I do not like the fees that they have. So you guys may want to look into getting these accounts too. So Indigo and Credit One Bank, they're easy to get, but the fees that they have on these credit cards is kind of sometimes ridiculous. I have two accounts. Now, somebody said that they have collections. If you have collections, people are like, well, I'm going to get the secured credit cards and I'm going to just pay my collections. Don't worry about paying your collections. Worry about getting those deleted because these collection companies don't even have the proof to really come after you or to get any money from you. So worry about getting more accounts and don't worry so much about paying these collections. That's what we do, help you get these accounts, these collections deleted. Now, when these collections get deleted from your credit reports, it should make your credit score go up. But if you pay a collection, it's not going to make your credit score go up. If your credit score go up that month, look closely at Credit Karma. It's not going to be because of that. It's not going to be because you paid that collection. It's going to be because you was on time with your car payment. It's going to be because you was on time with your student loans or some type of payment, or you paid down a credit card or you paid on time for a credit card. It's not going to be because you paid that collection. Do not go into paying off all these different debts, especially if it's medical bills. Like if you want to get a house, they don't really care about medical bills, especially if it's under $2,000. So don't pay so much to like, oh, I'm just gonna, spend the $1,500 on these collections because you don't even know if they have the necessary proof. Don't forget you got the statute of limitations, like in Wisconsin, if it's 6 years from the last date you became delinquent. So say if you didn't pay your car note in, let's say 2014, you didn't pay your car note. The last time you paid your car note was in 2014. They got 6 years from the last time you paid to even try to sue you. Now, when I say even try to sue you, a lot of these companies, they don't even try to come after you. They'll just put in your credit report, they'll repo the car, and they'll leave it at that. And then they'll sell it to a collection company and go about their business. Now, you may not realize that was from 2014, but it's 2020 now. Say if it was in May, as of May of 2020, they cannot no longer try to come after you. But if you decide to pay them, you decide to pay them. But don't think about, let me just pay this, let me pay that, because it's not going to raise your credit score. It really is not going to raise your credit score. Only thing that's going to raise your credit score when paying it will be your credit cards. Like, seriously, paying your credit cards is going to raise your credit scores. Those charge-offs, they got a zero balance. They sold those to another collection company. That's why you probably see two on your credit reports. A lot of people don't understand, too. They may see a collection and they see the original company. It's like a double whammy, right? It's like, man, I see the collection company and I see the original company that I owe. Do not think, okay, let me pay the collection company because the original company say zero. No, don't think about paying them because if you look at the data that they both have, they have two different, they have totally different data for these accounts. They don't even have the correct information for you, especially like they probably don't have your correct date of birth or a correct social until you call them. A lot of people call and they be like, okay, let's verify your identity. It's like, verify my identity. How do you even know me? I never had an account with you. So keep that in mind when it comes down to even calling these collection companies. Like, let these collection companies be, seriously. And don't forget to, I got the cease and desist letter. So send that to them so that they can stop sending you mail. And a lot of times, if you send them that letter too, they're going to stop reporting it. They're reporting for you too, because they don't want to have to deal with you if you know your rights in terms of, oh my gosh, if you go ahead and send that letter out, a lot of times they'll just go ahead and delete that account from your credit reports. Or when we go ahead and do what we have to do, it's so much easier now because we already got that letter out basically saying, hey, don't contact us by mail, don't contact me on the job, don't call me over the phone, don't call my family. That letter really works miracles. Think about that when you think about want to pay a collection. Think about the point that they may not have all the information for you and they just hope that you're going to pay. I remember when I was paying collections, y'all. I didn't know. I was just paying like $700, and I messed up my credit bad when I was younger. I didn't know, and then my boyfriend at the time I got a secure credit card. Well, at the time he's a boyfriend. We grew up tomorrow, but I think it was a $500 U.S. bank credit card. They still don't want to mess with me, y'all. Like, I'm like, that's so old. But and I paid them back too. I had a $500 secured credit card with them, and he ended up maxing it out, ended up not even paying it. It was secured. It's paid at this point. They still don't want to mess with me. So make sure you're not messing up any accounts or let nobody else mess up your accounts too. Because if you mess them up, then a lot of times they're not going to want to deal with you anymore. So keep that in mind too when it comes down to messing up any accounts or letting people mess it up. Or if you ask somebody as an authorized user and they max out your credit card, authorized user is when I always tell people too they can piggyback or raise their credit score by adding somebody as an authorized user or getting added as an authorized user. But if somebody messes up that account, you're technically liable for that account. So make sure that you're not messing up in terms of letting them be on that account and then they max it out because you're going to be the one that have to pay it back. Nobody else but you. So don't let anybody get on your account if you don't trust them, honestly. And it's kind of like trade lines. You're going to get on somebody else's account technically. But if they mess up or if anything mess up with that account, if they max out that credit card, it's going to drop your credit score too. So whatever that happened on my credit card, I see a lot of people get added as an authorized user on credit cards, or they get some trade lines, and then next thing you know, they're maxing out those credit cards, or they're not paying the bills on time, and they really drop that credit score. It really dropped their credit score, and it's not even their account. It's going to report as if it's your account, but it's going to say authorized user. So make sure you're not messing up that account or letting somebody else mess up your account, because you're the one that's going to be liable for it if it's your account. Somebody asked, what should they do if they already 3 months late on a credit card? It depends. Like I said, for U.S. Bank, y'all, don't forget, I let somebody mess up that card for me. I didn't pay it back. I should have just paid it back knowing at the time. I end up paying it back later on, but at the time, I should just paid it off right away. Like, if you mess up with certain accounts, they're not going to let you get it again. So you want to keep that in mind. Like, do I still want to later on do business with this company? Especially like Capital One. Capital One give you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 credit cards. That's a company you really don't want to mess up with. So if you have like a Capital One bill, just give them their money, whatever you got to give them. Even you got to get on some type of payment plan, but you do not want to kind of mess it up. Now, if you like Rickita, it's a lot of companies out there. I don't care about Capital One. I just go to the next company. Then that's something you got to decide on if you want to continue to just try to fix that account. But like I said, if I see an account with more than 4 months of late payments, I want to just delete that whole account from the credit reports. Now, if I just see less than four late payments on there, then I'll just try to delete the late payments. But if I see more than that, I want to just delete the whole account altogether. Oh, somebody asked too. They said they had an account with they have a bank account with Wells Fargo. Can they still get an account with Capital One or credit card with Capital One? Can they still get an account with Discover or the credit builder card? It doesn't matter where you have a bank account with. You can get an account wherever you want to get an account with, and wherever you want to get an account with, or whatever company you want to get it with. And keep this in mind too. You can have credit cards with 20 different companies. It really doesn't matter Like I remember at one time I had like 18, 19 different credit cards. Like I don't have that many credit cards anymore because trying to juggle that many credit cards and having like the lower limit credit cards on your credit reports is not so good, especially when it came down to the shopping cart trick. Don't get addicted with the shopping cart trick like I did back in the day. Make sure you guys just get enough that you need to have, because the shopping cart trick is only going to give you like $300 or like a $200 limit credit cards, and you really don't want to stay there. Like I had when I used to, especially go help the homeless people fix their credit. I had those people get like $1,000 credit cards. So if they can get $1,000 credit card, can you imagine what you can possibly get? You know. So I don't want you to just go crazy with the shopping cart trick. Don't forget the shopping cart trick is where they're going to give you a credit card without even pulling your credit score, and it's going to be like store cards like the Children's Place, Victoria's Secret, Express. They even have like the Wayfair on there, and the Overstock. They have these different credit cards on there, but don't get carried away, because don't forget you want to have the higher limit credit cards. That way they'll come correct. They know that you have standards. Like, listen, my lowest limit is $5,000. I need a $5,000 credit card or up. If they see you got $200 credit cards, they're gonna try to lowball you when it comes down to give you credit. So that's why I always tell people, don't go ahead and get them low limit credit cards. You don't have too many of them. Only time I suggest you get those credit cards is if you don't have the 4 credit cards I always tell my clients to get. So have your 4 credit cards and have your 2 installment accounts, and you'll be good. And let me know too if you guys pop on if you have any questions, because I'm really live answering the questions. I know usually I have like my videos going, but I'm really live answering questions. How should they use a secure card with a $200 limit? Don't. No, honestly, don't. I don't want you really to use too much of the credit card, and I want you to make sure that you only spend $10. Like if you get the credit builder card, or if you get the Capital One, if you any type of credit card, don't spend more than 5%. But if it's a $200 limit, don't spend more than $10. Like seriously, anything more than that is not helping you. And we want your credit. Anything that you get on your credit, we want it to help you. And to the point where even when you get your credit scores to the 750, when you get credit cards, at that point, it's going to be, okay, how many miles can I get? Am I going to get 50,000 miles, 30,000 miles for applying for this credit card? What type of cash back rewards can I get? It's going to get to the point where why should I deal with you, basically? These banks loan you money because they know that they're going to make money off of you. So you want to make sure that the relationship is like mutual. You want to make sure that you're getting something and they're getting something too. Because if you keep paying these fees, they're going to be winning and you're going to be winning too, hopefully, if you go ahead and pick your card correctly. So you want to make sure that you don't spend too much on your credit cards, and you keep don't spend too much, as in 5%, and you keep the balance really low. And don't keep applying for too many credit cards too, because too many credit cards is going to mess up your inquiries. You're going to have too many inquiries, and it's going to drop your credit score. And I just dropped my inquiry video too about how I deleted inquiries in 4 hours. Some people get it deleted in 2 or 3 hours too. I had a few people letting me know about that. So go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. And my YouTube, if you're not on my YouTube, it's Rickita Real Estate and Credit Repair Expert. So go ahead and check out my YouTube. I have the video on there on how you can get your inquiries deleted. Mine got deleted in 4 hours. I have other clients saying 2 or 3 hours. But if you go ahead and try early in the day, first thing in the morning, get them removed. They should be removed that day. If you try later in the day, it's basically going to have to wait 24 hours for them to get deleted. But at least they're getting deleted. So I have the trick on actually how to get those deleted faster. Instead of sending the letters, you can actually try this trick. It's way better. Oh, somebody said, can they rent a car with a secure credit card? Now with a $200 limit. So if you know automatically, like, hey, my credit score in the 300, 400s, you want to get a secure credit card, make sure you put more than $5,000, not $5,000, put more than $500. So my secure credit card, when I start with a secure credit card, I had the $500 limit, but that allows you to be able to rent a car. And don't forget, Capital One. And the reason why I say that too, because some companies, they require a hold on your account. Like I always like Enterprise because they don't require a hold. And then too, Capital One has insurance. They have like built-in insurance on a credit card. So with the built-in insurance, I don't have to pay additional insurance if you don't want to, or you can, if your car insurance that you personally have don't have the insurance for, you don't have to pay additional insurance. Now, sometimes they may say, hey, pay this amount per day. Capital One had that built in. You don't have to worry about paying that. But make sure you check too, double check with your company to make sure that they will cover you. But Enterprise do not require any type of deposit. So whatever your car is, you pay online. When you go in there, they just gonna swipe your credit card to make sure everything is good, and then you're good. You don't have to worry about no additional deposit. But make sure if you're thinking about you want to rent a car with this credit card, make sure you put more than $500 on there too if it's a secure credit card, or you're not going to probably be renting anything because it's not going to be enough to cover the deposit that you may have, and on top of the deposit, you still have to pay for whatever the car is. Somebody said they applied for a car loan, but they was denied because they had a 400 credit score. Now they asking should they actually do. If you got a 400 credit score, that means you have a lot of accounts that you need to get deleted from your credit reports. If you have a lot of different accounts you need to get deleted from your credit reports, call me. Let's work on getting them accounts deleted. On top of getting them accounts deleted, you probably don't have any credit cards. Or if you have any credit cards, you probably messed up. Like when I see clients with 400 credit scores, you have late payments, and they're most likely recent, or you haven't done anything since you got those late payments. And a lot of times it's student loans or something silly like that where you can just call them and have them not report late by setting up some type of agreement. So if you have a 400 credit score, you got to get those accounts deleted from your credit reports. Even anything under the 700, you have to get them accounts deleted. That's on your credit reports. You got to have 4 credit cards, have 2 installment accounts, and make sure you're paying all these bills on time. And make sure with your credit cards, do not spend more than the 5%. Again, the easy credit cards is Capital One Quicksilver, Capital One Platinum. You have the Credit One Bank. You have Victoria's Secrets. Don't forget, Victoria's Secrets is on a shopping cart trick. The shopping cart trick is where they give you credit cards without even running your credit. So look on my YouTube channel. Look at the shopping cart trick video. Follow instructions on how to get approved for these credit cards. And they're going to send you these credit cards. You really need to make sure you have 4 positive reporting credit cards. No late payments. If you have credit cards that have more than 4 late payments, then we may need to delete that whole account altogether. If it's less than 4 late payments, then we can just try to work on deleting those late payments. Even if the account is closed, you can still keep it there. Age is very important when it comes down to credit. How long have you had credit? How long have you been doing this? That's like a lot of people like, how long you been doing credit, Rickita? Because I don't know. If you just started this yesterday, I don't want you touching my credit. It's the same thing. If you just started using credit cards yesterday, they're not going to try to give you a huge loan, but they see, oh wow, you had this account, you had accounts on your credit reports that's like 5 years old. They're going to be most likely giving you higher limits too. So keep that in mind. I want you to make sure that your accounts are getting old. But get everything deleted, get your 4 credit cards, get your 2 installment accounts, and you should go to 600s in no time, 700s. As soon as you start letting them accounts sit and go up and up and up. And keep the balance low. That's really big. We should keep the balance low. Somebody saying that you should stay away from Capital One because it's crap. They said that you should go like with Navy Federal. They say you should go with Chase. They're saying that Navy Federal, Chase, Wells Fargo. Navy Federal, Chase, and Wells Fargo is for people that got good credit. They're not going to give you any credit cards. You're going to say Capital One is crap because they don't have rewards that you basically want. But if you have your credit score is really low, you got to start somewhere, and Capital One is going to be the one to give you the chance. Go to Wells Fargo and ask for a credit card if you want to. Go to Navy Federal and ask for a credit card if you want to, especially if you know your credit score is low. They're not going to give you a credit card. That's why I always tell everybody, go ahead and try for these accounts because they're easy to get. Oh, wow. This person said they 34 and they have no credit at all. They have no record at all. Like they haven't used anything. They always spend cash. So if you're at this point, you're at a 0 credit score, and I talked about that earlier, you may need to just start off with the secure credit cards or get the 2 $5,000 credit cards I was telling you guys about too. Go ahead and get my master credit card list or message me. I can send you the master credit card list. On the master credit card list, it's over 100 credit cards on there. Go ahead and start with the secure credit cards. Start off with the kickoff. Start off with self-lender that's on there. You'll be able to see these different accounts. But start off with these easy credit cards and then build your way up. You kind of got to start from scratch, but that's fine because some people never start. I got clients that's in their 70s, their 60s trying to do this right now, and they never did anything. So it's better to start now, especially knowing we're going into a cashless society. I went and got my hair done today, guys. Early this morning, I got my hair done, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Because I put myself like, "Okay, listen, you got a little budget for this week. If you want to get your hair done, you got to put all that within your $100. You're not going to be spending all this extra money." So I was like, "Okay, good. I'm going to pay. It was $45, and I want to tip her $5 for my hair. So I was like, I'll just pay 50, and I gave her the $50. She's like, "Oh no, we don't take cash here." I'm like, "Dang, do anybody take cash?" And you see, they got this little fake. "Oh, we have a shortage. We have a shortage on." No, it's going into a cashless society. Like, look it up. China been there. We have to finally just get there. We have all these towers going up, especially like on Fond du Lac. If you guys in Milwaukee, have you seen on Fond du Lac where they got the towers going up? I was going down to look at my billboard. If you guys didn't see my billboard on Fond du Lac and Sherman, go look at it. It was on Fond du Lac and Sherman, but I was going down Fond du Lac and I seen that they was putting up the 5G towers. I'm like, oh my gosh, we Energies is over there putting them up. But they're going to a cashless society. Just imagine. A lot of people can't even get a car right now because their credit is bad. A lot of people can't get credit cards. They can't. A lot of people too, for certain jobs, you can't get a certain job. If your credit score is low, they're gonna check your credit. If your credit is low, they see all these different companies. They're not even gonna give you the job. So you guys, credit is more than just I want to get. It's not just a thing for rich people. Hey, how are you doing? It's not just like a thing for rich people. Like, oh, you just have it like that to have credit. No, you have to have your credit built up. It's not an option at this point. Like, imagine being cashless and no cash around. You're trying to get some type of money, and all they got to do is pull your name and know that you're not that good. Like, get all that stuff cleaned up now, y'all. Y'all come back to me and be like, "You don't know, Rickita, you were so right." Because when they go to completely cashless to the point where there's not going to be cash anywhere, why they got this fake coin shortage, they have a fake coin shortage, then you got to realize, like, dude, I should have just been fixed my credit. It's really important to have good credit. So make sure you guys get that together. Even like low income, they even require that you can't have certain collections. Or I'm like, low income, dang. But I have certain clients on low income that come to me. They're like, "Hey, fix my credit. I got approved." And their rent is gonna be so cheap, but still they got collection, they got charged out, their credit score too low that they can't even get into low income. So make sure y'all get your credit together. Don't say I didn't warn y'all in that sense of it. Okay, let's see. Oh, so if you have a client was saying too, if I start off with like Open Sky, if you start off like a secure credit card, depending on who the company is you went with, you know how they say you could put 200 down to $5,000. If you start off and put only $200 down, if you want to later on get a higher limit, all you have to do is just put more money down on that account, put more money down on the card, and they're going to technically raise your credit limit up. So if you like, okay, I need to get me, I was telling you guys about if you want to rent a car, make sure it's more than $500. If you're not at that point now where you only have a $200 car, all you have to do is call them and put the $300 down on it, and they're going to give you that $500 limit. But let them know you want that to go towards your limit, not towards your balance, because they will try to put it towards your balance. And a lot of times you may just put raise your limit, and then they'll say, okay, how much? And they'll put an amount right there, and then they'll take the payment from you. Oh, somebody said I don't understand how my money is tied up. So when you get a secure credit card, like I told you guys, if you get a secure credit card, that money technically is gone until you close that account. But I really don't want you guys to close the account. That's like the kicker part. I don't want you guys to close the account. That money is going to just technically be sitting there. I want you to keep that account for at least 2 years because I want you to really build your credit score up. I want you to get like the $5,000, $10,000 credit cards. And then I want you to go ahead and try to get like, but then I want you to go ahead and try to get your money back for them. I don't want you to go ahead and try to get your money back before then because it's going to drop your credit score. And I want you to make sure that you can stand on your feet without having to go back to them in terms of getting another credit card. And don't forget too, when you with Capital One and you make 5 payments on time, they're going to send your money back and they're going to give you a regular credit card and raise your limit. So even though you start off with that $200 credit card, pay that on time for 5 months. They should give you a $500 credit card and they should raise, well, technically I will raise your limit, but they should give you your money back. So make sure you pay on time with Capital One and do not mess them up. Somebody said that they deposited $99 for the Capital One credit card and they only plan to spend 20%. Don't 20 to 25%. Don't do the 20 to 25%. That's for normal people. We're not normal. We try to be phenomenal. So make sure you spend 5% to make sure that you get the maximum growth, like the maximum growth. They said credit is rigged and keep you in debt. I know a lot about credit because I worked well with a credit company. Everything involved with credit is rigged. Use credit to your advantage. I'm not telling you to get all these different credit cards or do all these crazy things. I just want you to have a basic file. So if you want to go get a car, you want to go get a house, you want to get a credit card, or any situation you have something going on, you can ask for money and it could be cheap. All you're doing is paying for money. You're paying somebody to borrow their money, which is crazy, right? So make sure that you keep your credit score high as you can and don't max out your credit cards. Just because you have credit cards don't mean you have to use them. And don't forget, there's people that got a 0% interest rate on their car. Keep that in mind. A lot of people out there are paying 20-some% on their cars. People out there with 0% interest rate on their car. So don't just think, oh, credit is rigged, credit is this. You're gonna need that, especially if you want to get a nice car, and you can't just go and drop $30,000 on a nice car. So get your credit together so you can do 0% down, or you can have a low interest rate. You can go down, you go to a credit union, they can give you the check for your car, you go ahead and pay for your car, and you'll just make the payment every month on that car to the credit union. Credit is going to be necessary in terms of they're going to look and see what your life is like in terms of, are you paying your bills on time? Can you take somebody money and pay it back? I'm not telling you to get the credit cards and max them out. I want you to make sure that you spend wisely when you're spending these credit cards. Like, seriously, don't just get the credit cards when you can and max them out. Make sure you keep the balance really, really low. All you have to do is just make sure you keep all this together. So when it comes to the time where you want to get you a house, you want to get a car, you're not like the other people scrambling. Hey, if you don't want to get a house next month, I'm like, okay, let's see what your credit score is. Your credit score is in the low 500. It's going to be hard for us to try to do anything, especially with the corona. We got to get your credit scores up. And then we got to hope that the credit bureau is going to do what we want them to do in terms of deleting your negative accounts, in terms of giving you credit cards, when they're going to report. Is your balance low? All this will be done for you. When you want to get a house, you want to go get a car, you go right in and go get your house and car. If you want to get a credit card, you get a good credit card where they're going to give you rewards for signing up. Or the ones you're going to get 50,000 miles when you sign up for it. That's the type of situation I want you to be in. I don't want you to just think, oh, I'm going to get all these different credit cards and I'm going to spend it here, spend it there. That's not what I want you to do. I just want you to get to the point when it comes down to us having a cashless society, you have everything together. Like you guys don't understand, like everything, history repeats itself. Just imagine how many people got left when, don't forget too, at one point they had to issue social security numbers for everybody. Like that was a new thing for everybody. That's when they start tallying up everybody. Okay, who all's here? Let's get everybody social security. It's the same thing that they're doing now when it comes down to the credit. They're finding out who everybody is, what you owe. They know everything about you. So you want to make sure, since they know everything about you, especially if you have a cell phone, they track everything. Oh, look at my elephant, you guys. I just got this. But they track everything about us. So they know everything, especially when it comes down to our bank accounts, how we spend, where we buy things at. If they're tracking us, at least let them know everything positive. Everything is positive, not negative. You not want to have negative things on your credit reports. Get that stuff fixed. Okay, so I have to get my credit fixed. Okay, listen, this is crazy. I got a secure credit card with a $200 limit. I put $195 on it, and my score went down. They spent that money. I told you guys, if it's a $200 credit card, you shouldn't spend more than $10. $195, you look desperate. Honestly, if it's to the point to not forget these credit card companies are looking at your credit reports and they're determining how much of a limit they should give you because they get everybody a different limit. They don't just give everybody a $300, $200 limit. If your credit score is good and they see that you got other credit cards, they may give you a $10,000 limit, especially knowing if your credit can vouch for it. But if you have a $200 credit card and you max it out, you're looking like, oh no. Would you want to give somebody money? Would you want to borrow them money if they have a $200 credit card and it's maxed out? Or would you borrow somebody money if they have a $5,000 credit card and they spent the $200? It's a difference, seriously. So keep that in mind. Do not spend too much on your credit cards because it's really going to hurt you. It really is going to hurt you. Oh, somebody said they got denied for the secure credit cards. So Discover, Capital One, they do not like bankruptcy. That's just, they don't like it, right? Open Sky, they don't care about bankruptcy, so you can go ahead and apply for Open Sky. And a credit builder card don't care about bankruptcies either. Don't forget the credit builder card, you cannot get that in Wisconsin. I always tell my clients to get the Open Sky or get the Green Dot Platinum. But last time I looked, I didn't see that I was just gonna look now, but I'm not gonna look anymore. I'm gonna let you guys know, but I didn't see that they still even have that credit card. I'm not sure if they still got that credit card, but the Green Dot Platinum is a good credit card you can get also. The thing I don't like about Open Sky too is if you make a payment on it, because my clients are saying it too, if you make a payment on the Open Sky credit card, it's going to take a while for them to post it. Usually if you make a payment on your credit card, like especially if it's like Capital One, they make them funds available right away. As soon as you make a payment, even if you say take it out of my account, they're going to make the funds available right away. Not Open Sky. They want to make sure everything is together. They want to check this or check that. They've been got their money, but they're not going to make it available for you. So that's one thing I don't like about Open Sky. But then guess what? If you don't spend too much on it, $10, when you pay the $10 back, it's not going to hurt you because technically you're not supposed to spend too much on it. So when you pay that low amount back, it's not going to hurt you. Got it 6 months? Okay. How much should I spend on a $200 credit card? $10. Like, that's it. Just spend $10. Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for these credit cards, you guys. So go ahead and call or text me. It's 5 o'clock anyway. I'll talk to you guys later. But I'm gonna have more videos coming out. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have so many videos coming out. And let me know if you have any questions, because I can go ahead and make a video about any questions that you guys have. And don't forget to, my phone number is 833 Rickita. You can call or text me, and I'll be here to answer any questions. Don't forget, I have assistants. So people like, Rickita, I thought I was going to work with you directly. No, I have assistants, and you're most likely going to have to work with the assistants. But it's always somebody at my door, too, you guys. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. I forgot how to even stop this one. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Talk to you later, YouTube.